Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Global Playground's Evening Under the Stars. My name is Doug Bunch, and I'm the chairman and co-founder of Global Playground. We host this fundraising gala annually, but this year we're hosting it for the first time virtually in light of the ongoing pandemic. And this year is really special for us. Global Playground is celebrating its 15th anniversary. I want to begin by introducing Global Playground's executive director, Ryan Drysdale, who's been instrumental to our recent success. Ryan?
Well, thank you so much, Doug, and thank you to everyone who's joining us this evening. We wish we could be in person, and we're excited that we're able to have people from across the country and the world join us tonight. For everyone who is joining us on Facebook Live or YouTube live stream, you can write comments that we can see, and we hope to feature some of these comments throughout the evening. Like this comment from Kendall Lorenzen, one of our board members, past executive director, and past teaching fellow for Global Playground. Think of the next 40 minutes as a Global Playground Film Festival. Through 3 short films, we'll see what Global Playground has accomplished over the past 15 years with your support. We'll check in more deeply with the Ciro Aulo High School Science Lab project in Kenya that we made a reality during our 2019 Evening Under the Stars fundraiser. And we'll look ahead to the next projects that Global Playground will support this year. Before we start our trip around the world tonight, Doug is going to share more about the history of Global Playground.
Global Playground has come a long way in 15 years. We've built 15 schools, libraries, and technology centers in 11 countries across the developing world, benefiting more than 19,000 children. And we couldn't have done it without each of you. Our fundraising goal tonight is $20,000, and we're almost there at $18,250. We got there tonight because of our sponsors, and we're grateful to each of you. Huntington National Bank, TSG Reporting, Lex Solution, Epic, Analytics, Law Council, Hudson Court Reporting, Strategic Claims Services, Veritext, Bridgeline Solutions, Studio Bar Alexandria, Zach Bullock, Jane Barnard, Chris Ritchie, and Jerem Willis. Thanks so much to each of you.
For more than a year, we've been sheltering in place, likely getting to know our homes, neighborhoods, and towns and cities even better. Tonight, it's our chance to travel the world again. Our first video of the night is 12 minutes long. We'll take a trip back in time and around the world to 11 countries to revisit 15 years of Global Playground's impact. Let's take a look back on all of Global Playground has accomplished. For the past 15 years, Global Playground has been doing something simple. We've been raising funds to invest in school infrastructure abroad.
We invest in local communities. We work on grassroots projects alongside of members of the community as well as local governments and community organizations.
Global Playground has built 15 schools, libraries, and technology centers in developing communities in 11 different countries, and has cultivated cross-cultural dialogue at those project sites through teaching fellows that we've assigned to work with students at those sites, through our own visits to those sites, and through initiatives that the communities have asked us to sponsor.
Not only have more than 19,000 children around the world had a safer place to learn and explore the world, every year more and more students are accessing those classrooms, libraries, and science labs. I truly hope that this evening, as so many of you have joined us, you're proud of what you've helped us accomplish. Global Playground is a simple belief that every student around the world should have access to a classroom to learn. We work to identify communities and ask them to share proposals with us of what they need for their schools. Their leaders know what their community needs better than any outside nonprofit.
অফিসে বহন করি। সকালে যারা না খায় আসে শিশু শ্রেণী ওদের খিচুড়ি খাওয়াই। আমরা দেখতাম যে অনেক বাচ্চা হুজুরিয়ানরা চর্মদোয়া বাচ্চারা এখানে স্কুল তৈরি করাতে কোনো বাচ্চারা বেকার বসে থাকে না।
I've been on the academy since 2015. I've seen all the struggles we have passed through.
We are very, very grateful and excited to move into our new campus, making us a total of 144 students, ages 7 to 17, and from 11 of Liberia's 15 counties.
I'm so excited seeing my new home.
The study of science really cannot be complete until experimentation has been done. Through this facility, I think we are in a better position now to deliver on our promise to our students and to the community.
This building has not only helped us academically, but it has also created a conducive environment where we can easily thrive and excel as far as sciences are concerned.
It has also provided extra rooms for computer studies and home science,
which are the practical skills required to solve problems that are emanating from our current society.
Now I'm standing in the last classroom. I'm gonna show you around it. This, because of you, we have this building. We have a chance to study and teaching safely. So we're so happy for that. After the students finish high school here and then they went to other places, then to come back and help community together to develop. So we know a school is very important because it's born educated people for our community.
The opening ceremony of our first school building project in Uganda made a lasting impression on me. It was simply more than just building a school. I remember learning in Thailand, there were children who would walk anywhere between 4 to 6 hours to get to the school, spend 5 days a week there, and then return home to their village. When you realize the magnitude, the length of distance that they go to travel to get an education, you realize the importance of what it is that we do.
Global Playground is operated differently. We let the communities lead and ask them to share proposals for school infrastructure projects, from libraries and classrooms to science labs and technology hubs. And we provide the funding to help make their plans become a reality.
I think what's inspired us from the beginning is the curiosity that children embody, regardless of where they live in the developing world. They're eager to learn about people who are different than them. And when they learn that the world is a bigger place than the community they know, and that there's a kid halfway across the world who grows different crops and listens to different music and plays different sports, but is nonetheless a kid, just like them, that experience is nothing short of epiphanic.
One of the most inspiring aspects about Global Playground has been being able to witness communities come together to accomplish a school building project. Despite the adversity, they're able to still find time, invest their own labor, and find land, as well as other school building materials to accomplish this project. That by the end of this process, they're left stronger as a community.
The schools that Global Playground is funded around the world provide more than just opportunities for students to learn and access a future that could be better than the experience of their parents or guardians. They're used for community gathering and planning, discussions and conflict resolution. They're also places for celebration, coming together as a community, and that has a huge impact. Over the past 15 years, everything that Global Playground has accomplished is because of our supporters. Because without your support, none of this would have happened, and everything that we will continue to do from this point on wouldn't happen.
Looking ahead, I think Global Playground has a lot more work to do. There will always be children in the world without access to education.
The United Nations estimates that there are still 258 million children around the world that are out of school, which is a continual reminder to us that 15 years in, our work with Global Playground continues.
Global Playground will adhere to its mission, just as we have for 15 years now, of creating educational opportunity where it doesn't exist.
Any donation to support access to education is an investment in the future. The support that we've received has been investments in these communities to provide a transformative impact.
So on behalf of each of the communities that I have met, that I have engaged with, I say thank you. We appreciate your help. You've made a difference.
We really are grateful for what you have allowed us to do. And we are so excited to see what the next 15 years bring.
I just want to thank each and every one of our supporters.
We want to thank you and appreciate your efforts.
We greatly appreciate it and we are so thankful for it.
Thank you.
Doug, more than 15 years ago, you and Edward Brannigan, Global Playground's co-founder and vice chair, started the process to create Global Playground. And after watching that video and reflecting on the past 15 years, what impacted you the most?
Good question, Ryan. I think what struck me most is that even though Global Playground has adapted over time to face different challenges and working in different countries, we've remained true to our mission since day one, which has been to create educational opportunities where they don't exist, to build infrastructure like classrooms, libraries, technology centers, and then use them as platforms to engage kids in cross-cultural dialogue. That's remained constant, and we've been successful doing it. I also think it's striking how much we've done with so little. A small investment goes a long way in the developing world. The $20,000 we raised tonight will go a long way in the developing world. and it's inspiring to see our donors come together to make that happen.
I couldn't agree more with you, Doug, and I really appreciate the leadership that you and Edward and all the board members, past, present, have allowed us to do. And with that, we're excited to lead into our second video of the night. In May 2019, we hosted our Evening Under the Stars fundraiser, and many of you joined us in person in Washington, D.C., with amazing homemade Thai food from P. Navarat Ranagan. At that time, we didn't know that it would be nearly 2 years until we gathered again, and that we'd be doing it virtually. That night, we made an ask to you to fund the second story of the science building project at the Siraulo High School in Kenya, and you all delivered. In the video you just saw, we had a chance to hear from students, a teacher, and the principal at the Siraulo High School in Narok County, Kenya. Now we'll play a 6-minute video that shows the amazing impact that this project has already had, and we'll hear more from the visionary of the project, the school director, and my dear friend, Emmanuel Lena, who is a true village hero. Let's head back to East Africa to learn more about the Science Lab and Classroom project that Global Playground funded because of your support 2 years ago.
We took the name from the hill that we founded the elementary. The Maasai called it Sirwa Aulu, meaning beautiful lawn. So when I founded the schools, I said, I don't want to change this good name. Most of the problems we are going through in this region involve students learning science, learning technology, and solving big mathematical problems. So our focus is to eventually produce citizens who are ethical, who are able to solve communal problems, and able to serve their community. So we have all these children coming from around this region. We have 370 at the elementary and 150 at the high school level. At the high school level, kids are supposed to learn all the 3 sciences, basically physics, biology, and chemistry. Our students used to carry out the practicals by a makeshift lab by our dining hall. And not all practicals were possible because of safety precautions. This building is going to serve hundreds and hundreds of children that are going to go through the Siraulo High School. This building has been donated by Global Playground. It is well equipped to carry out all the practicals in biology, in chemistry, and physics. This is where the practicals are done. These are the tables, the taps for cleaning practical equipment. We have fancy burners. These are test tube holders. These are the power electrical equipment for physics. Not only has it served the students that have done the national test, but many more students are going to be served here. The top floor, we envisage to have a computer lab, home science lab, and 2 optional science classes. It's such a blessing to really see this happen under the donation that was given by Global Playground. Unless we empower the community by giving them the tools to be able to survive, there will be a continuous cyclic nature of poverty that is going to pervade in the community.
I was here in 2007, 12 years ago, and spent time with Emmanuel and visited schools that were made of sticks and mud and stone. And so to be here now and reflect on those schools that were sticks and stones and see these beautiful structures that are not only solid buildings, but solid communities for hundreds of students to learn. It shows the power of leadership and the values that Emmanuel has.
How do we use local resources to achieve what the rest of the world is capable of? The future in international development is really in identifying these village heroes, local heroes who are doing this work, and supporting them to lift their communities out of poverty.
I truly hope that Global Playground has the opportunity to continue to support strong leaders in education like Emmanuel and others around the world, to give them the funds to build out the plans that they have, that they know that their community needs. They're the experts. They can do this. Donate. It's as simple as that. And small amounts of money really pull together to have a lasting impact. Even if you only have $10 a month, or if you're able to give more than that, that pulls together with the rest of our donors to have a lasting impact that for decades to come will be centers of learning and be changing lives. It's an investment in communities that you cannot calculate the return of investment on.
You know, looking back over the years, I remember how curious kids are in the communities where we work, how eager they are to connect, and that's true regardless of where we work. I remember the interactions we've had and the relationships we've built with children and their parents, the children we've seen grow up over the 15 years we've worked in the communities where we've built our projects. The stories we hear about Global Playground's impact, that's really what makes it all worth it. Tonight, we certainly want to stop to say thanks to each of you who are here tonight, for all those who have supported our work over the years, to our partner organizations and the people in the communities where we work all around the world, who have hosted us and made our projects come to life while educating the next generation of global citizens and leaders. And thanks again to our sponsors, whose names you saw on a slide a moment ago. And thanks to them, there they are. And thanks to them, we're getting close to our goal. Again, 18,250. Oh, 19,000. We're up to 19,000. So $1,000 more dollars and we'll get to our goal. Let's see who puts us over the top. Over the past 15 years, Global Playground supporters have generously given year after year, positively impacting communities in 11 countries. Tonight, we again ask for your generosity for 3 new projects in Thailand. And as you prepare to make a contribution via check or online at www.globalplayground.org/donate, we'll watch our last video of the night and travel to Thailand to learn more about the projects we'll be supporting in 2021. And also, a very generous donor has offered a $1,000 match and will match that next $1,000. So let's make it to 21,000 if we can do it. And here's our final video of the night.
Before we get to that final video, we want to offer one more round of thank yous, especially to the Global Playground Board of Directors, who have been outstanding, from Doug, our chairman, to our vice chair, Edward Brannigan, our treasurer, Jason Maga, Jane Barnard, Kendall Lorenzen, and our 2 newest members who have brought so much energy already, Alexis Canty and Jack Ruskowski. And I'd like to give 4 special thank yous. One to Chelsea Bentley, who's produced these videos, Maddie Pryor, who's backstage making all of the magic happen, Alana Brody, who designed all of these graphics, and especially to P. Navarat Brannigan, who in the past, with a crew of volunteers, has worked so hard for the physical space and created a delicious homemade Thai feast that I wish I was eating right now. This year, she took on a new role, helping us find 2 of our 3 new projects and spent many hours helping us with translations between Thai to English. Khop kun mak nakap. And with that, we're excited to show you the 3 projects that we'll be funding this year.
ก่อนอื่นต้องขอบพระคุณทาง Global Playground นะครับที่ได้ให้ความช่วยเหลือและสนับสนุนโครงการให้กับทางโรงเรียนบ้านท่าตะฝั่งครับโครงการที่เราได้รับสนับสนุนในครั้งนี้ก็คือแหล่งพลังงานโซลาร์เซลล์ที่จะใช้ในโรงเรียนของพวกเรานะครับเนื่องจากโรงเรียนบ้านท่าตะฝั่งอยู่ติดชายแดนประเทศเมียนมาห่างไกลจากสำนักงานเขตและก็ตัวอำเภอพอสมควรการเดินทางค่อนข้างจะยากทำให้การเข้าถึงของโครงสร้างพื้นฐานเช่นไฟฟ้าสัญญาณโทรศัพท์อะไรต่างๆเหล่านี้ก็เป็นไปได้ยากลำบากมากดังนั้นทางโรงเรียนจึงได้ขอโครงการนี้เข้าไปและก็ได้รับการสนับสนุนอย่างที่ทราบกันถ้าหากโครงการนี้สำเร็จนะครับสามารถติดตั้งโซลาร์เซลล์ในโรงเรียนนะครับแล้วก็ติดตั้งระบบคอมพิวเตอร์เพื่อการสืบค้นให้กับเด็กๆนักเรียนในโรงเรียนได้นะครับก็จะเกิดประโยชน์อย่างยิ่งเลยครับโดยเฉพาะเด็กๆจะสามารถใช้คอมพิวเตอร์นะครับในการค้นหาองค์ความรู้ได้ติดต่อสื่อสารกับโลกภายนอกได้เชื่อมโยงกับเพื่อนๆโรงเรียนต่างๆตลอดจนเห็นความเป็นไปของข้างนอกว่ามีความเปลี่ยนแปลงเคลื่อนไหวเป็นไปอย่างไรบ้างและในขณะเดียวกันก็ได้สามารถที่จะบอกเล่าเรื่องราวของท่าตะฝั่งซึ่งมีจุดเด่นหลายอย่างมากทั้งประเพณีวัฒนธรรมทรัพยากรธรรมชาติป่าไม้สายน้ำต่างๆเหล่านี้ให้กับคนข้างนอกได้รู้ด้วยเช่นกันจึงถือว่าการให้พลังงานโซลาร์เซลล์จากมูลนิธิในครั้งนี้จะทำให้โรงเรียนบ้านท่าตะฝั่งได้ทำหน้าที่ในการเป็นตัวกระบอกเสียงบอกเล่าเรื่องราวเล็กๆให้กับคนที่ข้างนอกได้รู้และในขณะเดียวกันก็ทำให้ตัวเองได้พัฒนาแล้วก็ได้หาองค์ความรู้ใหม่ๆเพิ่มขึ้นด้วยในส่วนของชุมชนนะครับถ้าสมมุติว่าโครงการนี้สำเร็จนะครับก็อาจจะได้เข้ามาใช้ทั้งคอมพิวเตอร์แล้วก็อาจจะได้เข้ามามีส่วนในการช่วยกันสนับสนุนในการก่อสร้างทำโซลาร์เซลล์นะครับเพื่อที่จะให้เกิดประโยชน์กับหมู่บ้านกับโรงเรียนได้มากที่สุดนะครับในส่วนของภาพรวมด้านอื่นๆก็พอมีตัวโซลาร์เซลล์แล้วก็สามารถที่จะนอกจากจะใช้กับห้องคอมพิวเตอร์แล้วก็สามารถใช้เชื่อมไปยังอาคารเรียนบ้านพักครูหรืออุปกรณ์ไฟฟ้าต่างๆที่จำเป็นนะครับเราก็สามารถใช้ไฟจากแหล่งนี้ได้เราก็จะเกิดประโยชน์โดยภาพรวมกับโรงเรียนต่อไปด้วยเช่นกันครับทางโรงเรียนโดยเฉพาะพวกเราทุกคนในท่าตะฝั่งขอขอบพระคุณทางมูลนิธิที่ให้การสนับสนุนของเราในครั้งนี้นะครับขอขอบคุณท่านแล้วก็ถ้ามีโอกาสอยากเชิญทุกท่านได้เข้ามาเยี่ยมพวกเราที่โรงเรียนนะครับขอบคุณครับ
11 years ago, I joined Global Playground as the first ever teaching fellow, where I spent a year in Thailand teaching English. You maybe recognize the person in some of those photos. During that time and subsequent personal return visits to Thailand, I developed a deep friendship with Po'o Sayan Posuwan, who we just heard from. Po'o Sayan has transformed numerous elementary schools in the remote forested mountains of Mae Hong Son province in northwest Thailand, at schools mostly serving Karen ethnic minority students. As Emmanuel from Kenya just described earlier, the future of international development is investing in village heroes. And we've seen 3 projects that are being supported by these village heroes. Now, supporting a water project might seem to be a little different than what we've done before. And if anything, the global pandemic has shown us the importance of having access to regular running water. While I was at Hui Pung Mai School for a year, frequently we would run out of water, which is so important as we realized of just being able to wash our hands. And having covers for pickup trucks so students aren't getting rained on during the monsoon season. So what you all are doing, we've seen so many donations pouring in. I think we'll have an update really soon. It's really heartwarming just to see the support that you all continue to give so we can collectively make an impact. And with that, we thank you so much. And Doug, pass it to you.
So how about that update? So I'm thrilled to announce that we've made it to $20,300. So we met our goal and we want to keep going. So keep donating. Thanks so much, everybody. And in closing, I think it's important to remember why we do what we do. Global Playground believes that education is the most important tool we have to build tolerance and understanding in our world, to learn across lines of difference, to learn from people who are different than we are, and to learn more about ourselves in the process. That work is more important now in our world than it ever has been before. So thanks so much for your support over the last decade and a half, and all of your support in the years ahead. Have a great night, and we'll see you next year in person. Take care.